Hello everybody, welcome to Shodoshima's port town Tonosho. I just arrived here about 20 minutes ago, already got the rent-a-car, and you're seeing one of the big ferries taking off, heading back to somewhere. Maybe Okayama, I don't know. I just got here. I came here from Takamatsu, and I'm ready to explore this island. It's pretty exciting. This is one of the islands I've never been to. I've been to Awaji Island. I've been to a bunch of other islands. I used to live in Hiroshima and would take ferries to the islands of the Inlet Sea, and now I'm finally here. I've been trying to get a permit to film here for about 2 years now, and finally got what I needed in order to bring you this amazing episode, which starts with what is right in front of me. These are olive trees. You can tell from the color. I've been all over Greece, so I remember seeing these olive trees everywhere. It's kind of neat to see them here in Japan. And Shodoshima is in Kagawa Prefecture, which is Shikoku, even though we're very close to Honshu Island. But this is considered Shikoku, part of the Kagawa Prefecture, one of Japan's 47 prefectures. And that ferry, these ferries are the way to get here. I don't know if there's an airport, to be honest with you. This statue at the port is called the Gift of the Sun, I believe. And it's a pretty neat olive wreath. You can see down here, olives. I guess it's somewhat sponsored because there's names on each one of those leaves. But the port's pretty comfortable size. I gotta be honest with you. I thought it was gonna be a little bit smaller, even smaller than this, but it's not. And I'm gonna take you inside this, I believe it says Tonosho Kanko Center here. This is the a lot of gifts in there, of course, made of olives. And this is the ferry terminal that I came in. There are two ways to get to this island. One of them is on the slow boat. Hey, Arthur, thank you. One of them is a slow boat, and the other one is this one right here. Boom. This is the jet boat. So the slow boat's much bigger. I'll take that back, or I'm actually going to Okayama. I flew in through Takamatsu. I'm leaving and going to Okayama from here. But I took this jet boat, and it got me here in like 25 minutes, which is really fast. Beautiful day like this, I probably should have taken the slow boat, but I was just in a hurry to do this live stream. The water's really beautiful. It's a little bit hazy because of the overcast skies we have here. I believe a typhoon has just gone through Japan. So maybe this will clear out tomorrow. The seawater's, when the sun is shining through, it's this beautiful blue. And I'm gonna take you over the course of the next 72 hours to some beautiful locations all over Shodoshima. Here's the olive port Tonosho right up here. Hey, there's Danny. That's funny. I just messaged you on Discord. And here you are. Awesome. Yeah, the high-speed boat is what they call it. That was 1,140 yen, I believe, which is less than $10 with the exchange rate here. So let's go have a look around. But first, I got something at the gift shop that I wanted to try before we go in there because I'm dying of thirst. This is an olive cider. It contains less than about 1% olive juice, which I guess is a good thing for cider. But it's kind of neat because all the gifts here on Shodoshima seem to have olives in it. And the olives are claim to fame because I think it was back in 1908. There's a story behind it. Back in 1908, when none of us were born, they imported some olive trees to Japan. And they planted it in 3 different locations around the country to see where they would grow. And the only place in Japan that the olive trees would take root is right here at Shodoshima. So it became part of the island's identity, and now they have an olive harvest which will be taking place. I'm coming back here to film that, but I'm here mostly to scout out and get ready for this amazing olive harvest. As you can see, there's no olives yet. Never mind that. And if you keep watching till the end, please do, I will take you inside of my James Bond car that I have rented here. That's right. It's a really weird car. It's a Daihatsu, but if Bond were to ride a Daihatsu, it would be this one. I'm not sure this is ever gonna happen. All right, let's give this a try here. Oh my gosh, that's fizzy. Oh, oh mama. I don't taste any olive at all. Really? It's sweet, it's really fizzy. And maybe a subtle olive, perhaps. Maybe if I eat one of these. These are olives. I'll get that olive taste. So olive soda, not really olive tasting, but I like the label. That's half of it. This is $2 at the gift shop. I'm gonna take you in there, and then we're gonna go through here to the car, where I'm not gonna drive this time, but tomorrow, or maybe later this afternoon, or the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna take you on a ride in this car. It is a convertible. It is really low to the ground, and it's small. Didn't realize that when I rented it, that I wouldn't be able to put anything in the trunk if I opened the top. But it's gonna be an adventure. The reason I got an open car is because I'm gonna be using drone shots and then driving and following me with the open car to show you the beauty of this island. I think an open car would be the best way to feel and smell, taste the air. JKO Adventures are in Bond car, Aston Martin, BMW, Daihatsu? You have to put it in a question mark. I don't know which Daihatsu convertible. I just know that the people at the Shodoshima rent-a-car were really nice, and the car was slightly dirty. I mean, I had to wash it out myself with alcohol rags that Kanai gives me to be safe. Not exactly, I wasn't really happy about that. Or like hairs in it and stuff like that. It's like, whoa, really? But it's a local rental company. I try my very best to support the local businesses, and here on an island, I think that that's kind of really important too. I do it because a lot of you are all local business owners yourself, and I think so is every YouTuber. I think every YouTuber is, and we support, it's like a network. We support each other. All right, let's go inside here where it's nice and air conditioned. You'll see olive trees all over. I've only been here for like 30 minutes now, and I'm just really excited about this. Oh, baby, it's a lot of fizz. We're just gonna walk through here. I'll show you just briefly some of the gifts. They do have olive wagyu, which is very unique to the island. So there's a restaurant over here, and they do have olive wagyu on the menu. Do you see that? It's like an olive burger dome. I might get that for lunch, actually. But everything is olives. Oh. Olive oil. Oh, olive soy sauce. Wow, olive shoyu. It's in an olive jar. Oh, here's olive oil. This dashi inside that olive oil, and this is garlic olive oil. Wow. And here's just salty garlic olive oil. So there's all sorts of different kinds of olive oils. I guess you'd get that if you're making olives here. Oh, wow. So there you go. There's the brand, and that's the mascot, I believe. You have to have a mascot. Wow. Look at how sunny it is. It's so hot. There is a 7-Eleven over there. I walked in there. Nothing from Shodoshima inside. So I guess they make sure right across the street, if you want to get the local products, you have to come to the local center here. This is the, hold on a second. the Shodoshima Visitor Center, or Kanko Center, I guess. You could get gifts there. The rental car place is just down the street. That's a Shell gas. That's where I'll be filling up and bringing the gas tank back full. They made sure I did that. Are you ready for this? All right. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna take you now, because I want this to be a valuable live stream. I'm gonna take you just over here and you can take a look at the ferry schedule and get an idea of what the high-speed ferry looks like. Because I'm sure a lot of people want to come here. There's my car. Look at how small the freaking thing is. Look at how small look at this. What? This is a Daihatsu Robe. What? I never heard of this either. Or Robe, maybe? It's a cute little car. It scares me. It looks like I'll get trampled underfoot. Yeah. Jack writes in here, looks like a toy. It kind of feels like one too. When I drove out of there, and I drove out of there fast, I floored it, it didn't go anywhere, so there's not a lot of power in it. That's seriously, look at this. And the top does come down. Again, this is why I got it, and I'll be flying the drone following me on here, which is gonna be, that's the reason why I got it. When I come back here for the harvest, I don't think I'm gonna be renting this thing. It is tight in there, okay? All my bags are in the front seat. I'm here alone. You can't put anything in the trunk because then you can't put the top down. So there's that going on here. Yeah. And then there's a G350. Wow. Impressive. Hey, you guys want to have lunch with me? Maybe I can order some food together. So this is the high-speed ferry terminal. I'm gonna take you in there. The screen's gone dark just based on how freaking hot it is out here. They have an olive wagyu burger don. So the hamburg is on top of the rice, I think, and that looked pretty darn good. And the price looked good too. But any wagyu burgers? I've never had a wagyu burger that was better than an Angus burger, like a US beef hamburger. Consistency is too oily, I think, for burgers, but you write wagyu, people get excited. Hey, Brandani is in the house. Thank you. That's going towards lunch. All right, let's just take a quick look-see here. Wow, so you can see up here in the map, Shodoshima is not a really big island, but it looks like it is on the map, doesn't it? We're over here on the left side, and my hotel is just down here. All right, so everything is kind of on this left corner. But today I'm gonna try to explore as far as I can, maybe even circumnavigate the island. And there's some fields here which I thought might be really beautiful for riding with the cart and the top down and the drone. So that place looks really good. They got deers and stuff. Is that reindeer? And this place also with the mountains in the background. And then there's on the right side, there's some pretty fun looking places and natural places to drive the car and get some of those shots because I wanted it to be a fun video. Hey, Brian C., how you doing? I'm finally going to Japan tomorrow. Whoa! The whole COVID procedure was really stressful, I know. Anyways, greetings from Bakerfield, California. Well, I'm really happy that you're gonna be making it here, buddy. And Katayama's in the house. How many hamsters under the hood? I think there's just one, and must be a really big one. I guess it's like a guinea pig. I don't think they could fit many. So the ferry times are pretty frequent here. You can get your ticket from a vending machine. So maybe not this one. I'm not even sure how this works. All right, I think that's a different ferry. Maybe it's over here. Oh, this is the Naoshima, which is the art island. Oh, this is Naoshima. Yeah. So it's pretty close here. Naoshima 近いよね。
江ノ島行きですか？
うん、今、明日行きたいけど、だいたい20分ぐらいですね。
直島でしたらね、こっちですね。
あ、40分ぐらい。はい。ありがとうございます。Interesting. So Naoshima's about 40 minutes from here. The ferry network in Japan is really good, so you can get around the inlet sea pretty well. Again, when I was in Hiroshima, I would ride the ferries on the weekends, try to explore. Would definitely hit Matsuyama, go to Dogo Onsen a couple of times. So nice. There's a map of the island right here. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Oh, this has pictures. This looks great. Look at this waterfall here. And the 24 Eyes Eigamura. This looks really neat too. Location of a movie showing the traditional appearance. So they made a movie set here, and that's pretty deep on the edge of the island. Interesting. Oh, look at these. This is where I wanted to drive the car. Looks like where Bond would go, the Nakayama Terraced Rice Field. So I'll be going there today, trying to find a place. There's no rain scheduled for the next couple of days. Matt votes for the waterfall. I'm with you there, buddy. I probably will go and explore it. I think the day after tomorrow I'll have more time and be able to hit the far end of the island. So today, I'm just getting a lot of B-roll today, trying to get as much as I can for this video. Because summer is a completely different feeling to other times of the year, right? Right, so summertime, it's hotter, it's got a different look to it, and I think if you're going to an island, which I learned when I went to Ogasawara and Aogashima and some of the other beautiful islands of Tokyo and Okinawa as well, just there's a different sunshine. The way that the lighting hits is so different in the summer compared to the fall and the winter and the spring. So you want to be here to get that. So the sunset is going to be really beautiful, and there's a place on this side of the island where you can see a beautiful sunset. And believe you me, I will have the drone up and get some really good shots, and I'll see if I can share that on our Instagram with you. All right, let's go see if I can order this wagyu burger. Just walking over here. I wish they had olive ice cream. And they kind of do. They have olive ice cream. But I think I'm gonna get this here. What do you guys think? The olive buta hamburger don. Okay. Hi, こんにちは。このオリーブ豚のハンバーグ丼。はい。
ハンバーグ1です。ハンバーグ
はい。
はい、お待ちください。
はい。All right. So the ladies asked me to wait. Hey, get away from my car. Look how small that thing is. Even from a distance, I thought maybe if there weren't any cars around it at all, it looks pretty impressive. So So let's have some lunch here. I'm glad I'm not eating alone because it's kind of sad. I wish that Kanai and Leo could make it here. I wish that Peter could, but he's back in the States. I wish that you could too, but you're trapped in a foreign land which you call home. Is that for me? Did she say Juban? I need you Yomban, okay. All right, listen for Juban, because that's my number. Gotta go get my lunch here. So today I'm just going to try to explore. I check into the hotel around 2 o'clock, but I want to scope out the sunset position. Maybe even go swimming, get the beach up, get the drone out, follow the car around. I want to scout out where the olive trees are being grown. Tomorrow, one of the officials from the town is going to meet me, and Juban? Oh, hayai. あ、はい。
食べた。
ありがとうございます。あ、スプーンで。あ、このスプーン？はい。
はい、どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。あ、美味しそう。That was so fast. I thought it would take some time. Oh, look at this thing. Wow. So that is, I believe, olive pork on a bowl of rice. And this will sustain me for the next few hours. Look at that. And there's some ginger on top. You see some green onions on there. Let's give this a whirl, huh? Give it a ride down the digestive tract. Then I gotta get into that car. You know, if I was driving it in Tokyo, that would be such a death trap. I can't imagine. I'm looking at it now, and it's so low. It's so low on the ground. Oh, hey, I saw some chats coming here. Mohammed, hi, how you doing? And Aiken's here. I'm glad you're able to travel and explore again, John. Thanks for these streams. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're with me, buddy. All right, let's give it a try. Yeah. There you go. Itadakimasu. I can definitely taste the olives. It's got it's a little bit saltier and there's an edge to it. You know, if you eat olives, and not everybody likes olives, but if you eat olives, there's a salty, very distinctive taste to it. And it just has it. It's really nice. Sprinkle some MSG. MSG gets a bad rap. It's not that bad. It's something people complained about in the 80s. A bunch of babies. Spice. When you think about it, MSG, it's a pretty remarkable invention. Some dude was able to come up and make a saltier salt. Think about that, all right? You can't, you know, I got nothing against MSG. You say kanpai when you're drinking. When you're eating, you say itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. Which is a way to say, to thank for the sacrifice of the food, which is very much like saying grace. MSG is not a salt, it's a flavor, right? MSG is found naturally in kombu. I couldn't understand why it got such a bad rap. I remember in the 1980s and early 90s, Chinese restaurants and Asian restaurants got hit, like no MSG, like it was it was a killer. Do you think salt's any better? No. I like any donburi, actually. One of the easiest dishes. Just get a bowl of rice and dump something on it. Donburi. So nice. So they just basically put a burger on rice with sauce. It's really good. It's storming here in Tokyo. Wow. When we left the flight here, so I flew from Haneda Airport, which was really busy, to Takamatsu. And there's a bus, and the bus waits for everybody to get on. So you don't have to worry about it. Get your luggage, the bus was still there. So rushing at Takamatsu Airport doesn't make sense. So I got on the bus with everybody else that was on the airplane. And it took about 45 minutes to get from the station to the ferry terminal. The English, I will tell you this, if you do come to Takamatsu, the English announcements is the worst I've heard in Japan ever. It's like one of those auto voices. The pronunciation's all wrong. And it says the final destination, Takamatsu Station. So I almost got off, and then it said in Japanese that it wasn't the final station. The final station was the ferry pier. So foreigners were getting off there and walking for 10 minutes to the ferry pier. If you didn't speak Japanese. That's funny. I was the only foreigner though. that I could tell. Yeah, they couldn't afford PBG, or they just don't know about Peter. He's freelance, he's hip. Peter could do it. He wouldn't do it for free though. So our mutual friend, Josh, another really great voice artist here in Japan, Josh, American Voice, he does all the announcements for the Tokyo Metro. So whenever I get on the Tokyo subway, the metro, the male voice is Josh. It's just funny because like every time I picture him there with me saying these, like next stop is, Hanzomon. It's hard to find MSG in America because it's just stigmatized, I think. If there was a battle between MSG and Salt, Salt won. Josh Keller. Super talented guy. Yeah, good friend of Peter's. And mine. We drink. Yeah, Ajinomoto is in just about everything here, and I mean, I guess it's like amino. I forget what they refer to it as in the label. They don't write MSG, but Kanai tries to avoid anything that's not organic, although she tries. I'm probably gonna go get an iced coffee and then drive over to the hotel, just see if I can check in, and then take the car over to some of the fields. Tomorrow's a long day. I'm pretty excited. Just a note, this is not about about Shodoshima, but today Peter and I booked the ticket to go back to Hokkaido to do one last ride as a stretch goal and a way to say thank you. And because we reached 700 people yesterday, which is, I'm still off of this amazing high from the excitement of these 15 minutes that, like, we got so many new supporters in like this 15 minutes, which gives the show, like, I'm not a really good salesman, but if you don't make an effort to do that, if you don't make an effort to promote yourself, if you don't make an effort to try to make a living off of this, it's really hard to make a living off of this. but you can do it. Uh, I, I've been waiting to come here for 2 years to get to get this permit and the access to film, and um, I'm just about done with a video. I'm about to upload the melon auction of Ubuddy for like the last 2 weeks. Just needed one more day, but this came up and it's just like a hard stop, and I have to film this, and I have to film the other island I'm going to, and then for the next 2 weeks, all I'm doing is editing. I might cut down on live streaming a little bit, but I'm just gonna focus on the main channel and getting things back together again. It's been hard. You have to choose. You have to choose, man. It's not an easy choice either. There's these things that are time sensitive that you can only do once. I don't know if Peter and I are ever going to be able to do the motorcycle thing again. That we can't keep talking about it, right? You got to just do it. So when the chance came up in his schedule right before we went to America, and in my schedule, which is, you know, somewhat flexible, there was this trip and then there was that trip and so much stuff happening in between. After this, I'm probably going to kind of lean back a little bit and just edit at home. But I have to be honest with you, editing at home is not easy anymore. If I'm home and Leo and Kanai are home, I can't focus at all. Leo comes into my editing area. Kanai will ask, "Can you watch Leo?" And then, of course, the answer is yes. I'll say no, and then I'll get this, and then I say yes. It's hard. And because Leo wakes up at like 6, I can't edit until 4 anymore. That's when I got most of my stuff done. I have to sleep. So I'm totally out of sync. I'll get there. There are some offices that you can rent for the month, and I might try that out just to get out of the house and edit somewhere else. Because of the coronavirus, I guess. I mean, why take the risk? I don't go to cafes to edit like I might be doing. Just, you know, when you have a family, you start to think differently about risks. Like, is it worth it? Right now, it would be yes. Yeah, peso, I'm working on that as well. But to take on an office and more overhead doesn't make a lot of sense either. So I have to kind of find a way to make this a win-win situation. I have some friends that have offered, you know, like a desk space and things like this. I mean, I might do that and then move into an office, but you kind of grow into it. You don't just go ahead and invest a lot of stuff in it, because having to restart over was, you know, I'm still kind of catching up. But everything's going good, you know. If I was home, I might even lick the bowl. No, I wouldn't. I might. I could. It's that good. Done. Oh, that was a good burger. All right, onwards. Get this day moving. I've driven that car a total of 400 meters from the rental car shop to this place. Now I'm a little bit scared to drive that car. It's looking at me. So small. Look at how tall the people are, and they're of average height. They're of average height. So, oh baby. It's nice to be in Shikoku. Yeah, it feels good to be out of Tokyo and not Hokkaido for once. I've been in Hokkaido for ages. That's been my stop. I did Tohoku for ages as well. Now Hokkaido and now Shikoku. And I'm hoping that I can get a couple other episodes in Kochi maybe. I love Kochi. It's a great place. That's on the other side of Shikoku Island. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Thank you. I will do another travel update when things change. Probably in September because right now with Kishida-san's new government just starting and the Obon holiday and the 7th wave, I don't think there's going to be any massive changes in tourism. I could be wrong. But it looks like once summer is finished, probably we start to see some steps towards reopening Japan, serious ones. The next step, I'm not even sure what that looks like, but I know that a lot of you don't want package tours. As I said this when I was in Haneda Airport a few hours ago. Nobody wants package tours. There's 800 comments, 800 freaking comments. It's amazing on the live stream I did a couple of days ago, talking about how Japan only had 8,000 people come to Japan from June to July for 2 months, minus 10 days. It's like 45 days or something. 8,000 people came as tourists. That's not open. Well, that was the point. That's why I was angry. That's not open. And I believe something says that we'll hear an announcement in September, and then I believe Japan will open up better in October. I don't know what that'll look like yet, but I think you're going to have to get a visa for a while. It's not going to be a visa on arrival like you could do in Japan quickly, but I think it's going to be more like what the U.S. does with this ASTA, I forget what they call it. They have a system that Kanai has to get. She has to register online to get the visa. Everything has to be done online for confirmation before you enter in the country. I believe they're going to do a system like this. ESTA, right, Kelvin? It's kind of annoying. She's like, I got to renew my ESTA and shit. It's so easy to come to Japan, but I believe a lot of countries are going to be doing this pre-registration. That before you travel to that country, they want to know who's coming in and who's not, and they're going to do a better job digitally to track people for your own safety. I'm kind of not happy about all of this, but that seems to be the way that the world is working. Everything is trackable. Everyone's got a smartphone in their pocket, and because of that, they use that to their advantage to make it easier, but also make it safer, I guess. There's advantages and disadvantages. Privacy is probably the biggest disadvantage. But if you have a smartphone, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage from privacy issues, no matter what people say. It's just a fact. And I don't think about it. Nobody does. Bob writes in here, ridiculous. Does any tourists from other countries need to have COVID health insurance before entering Japan? I'm not sure if you need to have health insurance at all, but if you were to get sick in Japan, don't look to the government to help you out, all right? They're having a hard time right now in the 7th wave, and the last thing they want is people coming here to get sick and putting a strain on their medical system, which has more old people than anywhere else in the world. It's like, this is an old country. It's top heavy. No one's having kids, but everyone's staying alive till 100, so no one wants to go to the hospital filled with COVID from abroad. Can you blame the locals? I guess not. They don't care if you come as tourists. This is just the tourist industry cares. I care. I care. So there you go. I'm going to get in this car and drive around, and I will take you with me tomorrow for sure. And on the 15th, probably I'll give you a drive. We'll drive around in that car before I return it. And I'm leaving to Okayama in the early evening, and I'll be staying in Okayama at night for a night, and then I go to the next island. It's busy 4 days. Then I get to go home and see Leo, who probably learned a few new words every time I go back. I feel like I'm missing it, right? If you're a father and you're away on that, you feel like you're missing it. I don't want to miss it. It's another thing, you know. It's hard. I love this job. I love the chase. I love to find a story and chase the story. You get an idea. And here it brought me to this island today. And now I get to chase it down. I got permits and I got, interviews all set up. And now I get to make it, collect the ingredients, and then I have to cook it, edit that thing, and upload it, and it feels so good. And that's part of this is part of why I'm a YouTuber. It's actually the main reason, maybe, the chase of an idea to something. You're making something. It's cool. And that's what I'm here to do. So I better get to it. Have a good day, everybody. Take a look at that car for the last 10 seconds. Oh, look, it looks so much bigger when there's not another car around it, doesn't it? Click like if you think you could drive that car, and click like if you think that you couldn't. I don't know. Just click like.